Hi guys, my name's Ellie. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, the lighting's different. I wanted to film today and it's raining. It's raining a lot. It's very overcast. And I don't have a lot of time left this weekend to get anything filmed, so I can actually have some stuff to edit over the week and put up some videos for you lovely people. So we're testing it out. I have my bedside lamp in the corner where normally the light is coming in from the window, and I'm hoping it'll get a similar effect. It's gonna mess with the way the colors are compared to your normal options, but let me just show you what it looks like without it. Not good. So, we'll have to put the lamp back on, we'll get working on it, and we'll just deal with the fact that I'm a little extra yellowy. So, this is the Chloe Morello Pretty Fun and Fearless Palette Volume 2, the collab with Ciate, and I want to play. I want to play in here. I have a plan, but we'll see if that plan sticks throughout the whole of what I'm doing. Foundation and powder are on. I have a lip balm on. I have several zits happening, but I'm thinking they're like there's one here, but it's kind of hidden in the curve of my chin. There's one right there, and I'm hoping that'll just disappear, because I want to use my makeup. I, in theory, am having date night tonight, but with this weather, we might not. Either way, I want to do some stuff, and I'm all over the place. I took a couple days off to go and do errands, and you know when you take time off, you're like, oh, it's gonna be so much time to do all this stuff, and I didn't even get everything done. But I did, while we were out and about getting ready for passport photos. We went in to get my friend's eyebrows tinted because she is extremely pale and blonder than I am, so my eyebrows are still here when there's nothing on them. Hers are kind of translucent, not actual like Swedish blondie blonde white, but light enough that they really don't draw a lot of attention, especially if she's putting on any other makeup. She always has to do her brows, and she's had them tinted before and liked it. I'm gonna start with Topless to set my eyeshadow from crease to brow bone. But yeah, so she's had them done before, and she wanted to do it, and it was part of our goal to get them tinted. We ended up, because she came and got me from my haircut, because she was getting her brows waxed, but the place she was getting them waxed does not do tinting. The place I was getting my haircut does do tinting, but they were out of the color that she was, so she couldn't get it done there. We tried to go to a beauty supply store that was also, I want to say they didn't stock it, or they were out of eyebrow dyeing kits. And yeah, we could have gotten some regular hair dye and done her eyebrows with them, but her skin grabs any type of staining, color, pigment shenanigans. Her skin grabs it like crazy. I forgot to do the eyeshadow primer on my lower lash line, so we're going to do that before I forget. So yeah, we did that, and then we were already down in the area near an Ulta. She's like, well, I know the brow bar in Ulta does tinting, because that's the two things they do. Waxing and tinting. Because they have the salon in the back, but the actual Benefit brow bar in Ulta can tint your brows. So, long story short, we ended up in Ulta, and I wasn't aware that the Jackie Aina palette was going to be in there so early. It was, at least in the one I was in, it was, front and center. You walk in, there's immediately the display for it. And since I was already done, and I don't get my eyebrows tinted, and I haven't really had to fuck with having them shaped lately, they've been behaving themselves. So I was just kind of walking around entertaining myself while we waited on them to mix the color and get it applied and all that. So I went over and I swatched the palette, and it's very pretty, but it kind of talked me out of getting it, which is not good, because I wanted to, and I wanted to get it, and it looked like it was going to be nice, but touching it, it was very pretty, but nothing special, which is unfortunately what I was trying to, like, get myself past to support this palette, and that didn't really help me. I'm going to do Pony in the crease. That is that, like, cold lavender shade. I have a plan. I do have a plan, but depending on if the plan changes, I'm not going to tell you guys too much of the plan ahead of time. So yeah, I swatched it, and I was kind of going back and forth because it wasn't on my, like, buy right away. It was on the, like, buy over the next month or two time span. But the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, I have these colors, they're pretty, I'm sure they're a lovely formula, but I have it. So I kind of realized while I was in the store I don't want to buy it. So I might change my mind. Sometimes my mind changes back again, but there are also a lot of holiday collabs coming out, and they did, Too Faced just did the Christmas in July shenanigans of basically re-releasing their holiday stuff from the year before, aka just bringing out the stuff they didn't sell previously, as well as we're starting to see fall and holiday releases from brands, so I thought it would be a good time to pull out what I still have, because this was a holiday palette, and just kind of touch it some more. Use it, be aware of what I have, remind myself that these color stories I come up with every year are generally not that unique. And I was going to do the Gingerbread Spice palette? Yes, that was last year. But I didn't really want to play with it. It's a very nice palette, but it's also not that, I don't know, colorful. It's a warm palette, pretty much, and I have been kind of liking blues and purples. I'm trying to use blues and purples and greens more, and I also realized I really haven't used this palette very much, which was from 2 years ago. It was a lovely Christmas gift from my boyfriend, a lot of which hinged on the fact that it has an Ellie shade, and I like that. And I've liked the looks I've gotten out of it every time I've used it. I just haven't really made the point to, like, use it over and over and over again. I kind of, like, pull it out, make a look, put it away for another handful of months or a year. Despite the fact that I really like the colors in here, I really like the formula, I just don't really use it. Now I think I'm going to fuck with it by going in with Violet. We're going to do a little, we'll see how it goes. If it's horrible, I'll use something else. I'm already deviating from my plan. Yeah, okay. I was hoping it would end up kind of like more purple and not too like red. Blending in nicely. That's working out well. Sorry. I also moved you closer, hopefully, so you can see some things. So, I have the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette coming in the mail, because we had a drinking night, and we talked about makeup and what we were all needing, so there was an order placed as a group for shipping. And they learned about vodka water, which I did not realize was such a thing that more people hadn't heard about, because it is. If you care about your hydration and or don't really like the taste of alcohol, you can do these drinks, like a rum and coke stuff like that. Those are kind of intended for you to definitely taste the alcohol in them, because it's part of the flavor combination. A rum and coke, if it just tastes like coke, is not a rum and coke. So the reasons I'm not a big fan of rum and cokes. It's really hard to get the ratio at where I want it for it to be really nice, not just like a strong coke flavor followed by an aggressive rum burn. Like, it's often more than I want to put the effort in for. But I have told them about that, and then we actually made some, and it was delicious. But as you start drinking, you tend to forget that the vodka water has alcohol in it, because it just tastes like water. Or like we put cucumber vodka in it with cucumber slices, so it was like spa water, but alcoholic. I'm going to put some of Sol on the outer third. I have a plan. I don't know how well it's going to work out based on adherence and how deep colors are on my eyes. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put a cream shadow down before I get too far into that and sassy. Because I don't remember if all of the shimmers are good or just some of them. But I'm panning a cream shadow, so we might as well use one. So yeah, we did that. And one of my friends went to her job at 3 a.m. because she was doing a floor set. The other one stayed with me, and we stayed up quite late. And I was not paying as much attention as I probably should have to how much she'd had. Because, like, she got quite drunk, which is fine. We were adults. We weren't going anywhere. We were just drinking at her apartment, so we didn't have to worry about getting home. We didn't have to worry about any of that. But then the next morning when she got up, oh, she was very hungover. Which, kind of slowed down our ability to do stuff that morning, especially because we hadn't really wrapped up drinking until like 5:30 or 6 in the morning. Because sometimes when you haven't hung out with all of your friends and you haven't had alcohol together in a while, or just like the stars align that you're feeling social and bondy, and then you end up drinking later than some other nights. She did survive though. She's fine. She's fine. Okay, so now we need to switch up which brushes I'm using, because I used the brush I was going to use in the outer corner on the cream shadow. I'll take this guy. Yeah, that seems appropriate. I'll take this flatter packy brush to now go in with Sol. So yeah, I'm panning that cream shadow, but honestly, it's quite helpful to have a cream shadow for things like this that don't really lay down the way you want them to. Because this green is not that pigmented. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's not a great green. That's sad. At least it's not that bad. Some people do like softer pigmentation. I shouldn't assume that everybody's trying to meet my expectations for a shade. I am probably. Just ignore me. I'm just involving a different green. It's fine. I'm going to take some of Junkie from the Urban Decay Spectrum palette to kind of make that green the green that I want. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah. that'll work. And this is also one of those, the Urban Decay Spectrum palette is one of those I've been using over cream shadows to help with the pigmentation as well, but Urban Decay does a really good, like, metallic turquoisey green. I have a couple from them in various palettes, and they are generally lovely. So we're just gonna fudge the edges and see how the middle goes with adding on Renegade. I wanted to do Renegade and Ellie as like the middle and the third. And I don't know how well that's going to work, but we will do our best. You see, that one lays down quite nicely. And how you can kind of see it's blending with the green. And it could just be that the different brush picks it up in a way that's better for application. That is why I like to see people. So, if you don't like a product or whatever, say you try something and it doesn't quite work the way you want it to, try multiple application options. Now we're going to go in with Ellie, that one, on the inner third. Because not every product, shadow, formula, any of those, whether it's a foundation, a primer, a whatever, they're going to be formulated differently based on what type of application and result people are wanting from it. So if I picked up K-Beauty shadows, which are generally aiming for a sheer wash of color as opposed to an opaque metallic kapow like I tend to want, that's not a problem with the shadow, that's a problem with what their end goal was and what I want out of it. So it's not a bad shadow. Oh, oh, oh. Picked up the wrong one there. There we go. So I would need to use a shearer shadow in a different way to get what I want out of it. And being open to changing up your application technique and products means that you're more likely to get a usable look or situation out of an item that you might otherwise have just been like, oh no, it doesn't work, and done with it. There is also the understanding that not everybody wants to do the extra work. Not every product I have is, in my opinion, worth the extra effort that you might require on certain things. So just because you can get it to work doesn't mean that's what you want to do every time you're doing your makeup, and that's very understandable. I think I'm just going to keep it. I kind of wanted to darken the outer corner, but I also kind of like it. So we'll just do the inner corner and finish up my face. I think we'll do Baby. That seems appropriate. So yeah, I think I rambled. I don't think I really ended up with anything super coherent. But hopefully it was fun for you. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna knock off the fallout that is definitely on my cheeks here. Finish up my base brows, all that shenanigans, and I'll be back with the overall face. See you in a bit. finished look. Lighting is slightly better, still not great. Yeah, I'm really glad I pulled in that other green. I feel like it does a nice thing to the look. Makes that more of a gradient, less of a, I don't know. That one green was not doing it for me. So, I have errands to run and another video to film. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you had some fun listening to my rambling while I did my makeup. And mostly a palette focus with guest star. I will see you guys next time.